Hello, Nezzy here with another speed paint and a little chat. I wanted to show you guys the full process this time. Since I did the sketchbook tour video, I got the idea to turn that really cool mushroom that I did. I'll insert the picture here. That I wanted to kind of expand on that idea a little bit and make him kind of creepier, a little more trippier. And I wanted to add an eye this time, as you can see. Smooth transition, right? I'm trying to work on those. But I added the eye and the droopiness, like the gooey, he's kind of like melting trippiness. Just because I've got a lot of rave stuff coming up. A fun fact about me, I'm really into raving. And a lot of the artwork that, that community has is kind of on the trippier side. And lately I've just kind of been inspired by it, hence all of the little mushrooms. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm just working out the fine sketch in pencil. I was kind of deciding whether or not I wanted to do, a big light source, and I was like, I'm just gonna do that after, once I figure out, where I wanted to put that. So now you can see I'm going to start to go in with the acrylic paint. I use the apple barrel from Walmart. You can find it at any Walmart. Super cheap stuff. But that is what I'm using for my paint. I decided to go with your stereotypical red mushroom with kind of a natural grayish undertones to it to kind of emphasize the red a little bit more. And as you can see, this paint does not have very good coverage. In my other videos, I know you hear me mention coverage all the time. Well, it's because of this paint. You'll see me go over stuff a bunch of times. But I like the paint because it's cheap, I can get it anywhere, and I'm not too focused on, oh, I wasted a bunch of paint trying to make this color, or trying to do this or that, and then feeling guilty about the price, because let's be honest, art supplies are so expensive, especially today. I don't know what the deal is, so I'm going to continue to stick to using these cheap paints because it's just easier right now. So as you can see, I'm starting to go in with this pink for the tongue. I didn't like the color that I started out with, so I tried another one next to it, and I decided that I liked that deeper red. The lighter pink was just didn't feel right. It was just way too light for a tongue. I know who's like really judging what's the right exact color for a cartoon tongue. I'm not really sure. It just didn't feel right. So I decided to change the color on that and then use that lighter color that I was originally going to use for the tongue. I decided to use that for the gum lines because I felt like that was going to have a really nice contrast. And I'm going over the top again because it needs a lot of layers. It took so many layers to get a really nice smooth red on it, but I like how it turned out in the end. I'm really happy with it. Now you see me going back in yet again on the red. I'm going to start working on the tongue and getting it fully saturated. I like my stuff completely saturated, full opacity, because I'm going for a sticker like comic book kind of style. I want it to be super smooth and clean and like a sticker. That's kind of my goal with a lot of my paintings. Just really want that clean, full, vibrant coverage. And the only way to really get that, even if I had a better quality paint, I would still be doing quite a few layers like I am now. So here I make a mistake with the eye for some reason. I wasn't paying attention and I just colored the black of his eye green, and then I was like, wait, okay, I can fix it. let me use a darker green on the outside for some like contrast. And I absolutely hated the way that it looked. So I decided to go back in with black and then use that lighter green on the outside because I liked the lighter green with the colors that I had. I just did not like the way that eye was looking, and I kind of let it sit there for a second while I worked on other stuff, see how I felt about it, and it wasn't working for me. So I fill it in, and then as I'm doing that, I bump something and I get black paint on the body. Yeah, it took a second to just kind of breathe there, but cool thing about this paint, if you let it dry enough, you can cover that black like I did in this painting really easily. You just have to be patient, let it dry completely, and then slowly go over it with, you know, the paint that you want to use, and it should cover it up. And it works pretty decently, actually. And I'm thankful for it because the amount of times little drops and stuff like that happens, it just gets so annoying. In this one, you're seeing me do more of the layering. My phone died with the body lines of the mushroom, so I couldn't show that, unfortunately, guys. But it really starts to come together here with all of the shading underneath the droopy parts and all of that. I went with purple for the background just because I thought it looked good. And then I accidentally, for some reason, got a mixture of blue in there. So I had to remake the background, remix that. So that was fun, really great experience. And now we're on to the line work. I decided to leave the inside, for lack of better descriptive words, of the painting without the lines because I felt like I defined it enough that you know what's going on. So I just did a really big, bold outline on the outside of the painting. And I think it really pulls it together and it looks really nice. And drum roll, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, finished result, do-do-do-do. I did it, guys. Anyways, I really appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.